So before I start, I just want to see a show of hands. How many of you are here for the very first time? Okay, just a few. All right, good. So today is the number 7 on Xing Yi Xing Yi Chuan. And as a preview, you all have a handout. So each month through May, I will be giving another session on different types of Qigong for mind and body health. And I've been doing this since 2015. Never a repeat. Okay, every single one is a new one. And as you can see, Chairman Chen is videotaping the session. And all of these sessions are on YouTube. So you can go back and look at them if you want to. And please don't videotape yourself because that would interrupt the class or block the view of other people. And this is semi-professionally done and put on YouTube. So next month is Footwork. Okay. January is Footwork. February is 大武气功. And April is Xing Yi, and the famous Wu Jin Si, 5 animals frolicking. This is tendon changing classic, and ending up with Aquanti, 8 sections reciprocate. The last 3 are the most well-known of the Qigong systems. Many of you may know this already, so maybe there's still something you can learn here. So I want to dedicate the bulk of these 2 hours on teaching you and doing it rather than lecturing, because almost everybody except a handful have heard this before. So I will just give a very, very quick, perhaps 5-10 minutes worth of review for the benefit of those people who are here for the first time. So Tai Chi, Qigong are defined as mind-body exercises that integrate the regulation of the body, the mind, and the breath. 三调合一, 调身, 调心, 调息. So, regulating the body. Research at Princeton on cats have shown that when cats do Qigong-like movements, like grooming themselves, the serotonin in the brain goes up 40-fold. Serotonin is very important in making you feel good, making you sleep better. So that's why Qigong exercises, you never just like Tai Chi, just do it once. No, you just do it 5 times, 20 times, okay? So you can see that the repetitiveness is very, very important in increasing serotonin in the brain. Next. The latest research shows that strong muscles and strong bones are not just good for their own sake, that strong muscles and strong bones send hormones to the brain to initiate the brain to make more brain cells for memory, more brain cells for suppressing stress. So if you do exercises like you do today that involves more muscle movements and also stronger bones, like bouncing, stomping, these will increase bone density, and stronger bones will send more hormones to the brain to make more brain cells. Next, if you are concerned about keeping your weight, it's now known that if you flex your muscles, the muscles will secrete yet another hormone that will go all over the body to break down fat. So it's not like, oh, how many calories do you burn? That's important. Or how much ice cream you eat? That's important to keep under control. But when you flex your muscles, this hormone called interleukin 6 will go all over the body to break down fat. And you can see that this mouse here has no ability to make this hormone because of manipulation of the skin. And this mouse exercises a lot, just like this one, but it's fat. And when interleukin 6 is injected back in this mouse, it goes back to this. So flexing muscles will help you keep your weight and burn the fat in the body. Next, all of the muscles in the body have fast muscle fibers here in light color and slow muscle fibers. And the muscle fibers are all like, mixed in together. So it's important to exercise both the fast and the slow, particularly the fast muscle fibers. Because after age 30, the fast muscle fibers are the first to go away. So you don't want to get into a downward spiral, and as you get older and older, you lose your fast muscle fibers and you move slower and slower and slower. You start walking like this or doing Tai Chi like this. No, you should be actually doing the type of exercises you do today more so. And finally, a lot of research on how mind-body exercises will benefit the brain, will make the brain go into a relaxing state, help you focus on a single thought. You can do your job better, or you can do whatever you do better. But the latest research shows something very special. In the brain, you have a structure called hippocampus. This is the place for storage, long-time storage of information. This is like your hard drive in your computer. And then out here, prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that is like the RAM in your computer. It takes the information and process and execute and make decisions. And the latest research showed that people who do Tai Chi and do Qigong have better connections between the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. They perform better on memory tests, on executive function tests, and so forth. So this is the latest from high-tech measurements of brain function. That when you do Tai Chi and Qigong, like you're going to do today, you improve the connectivity between the hard drive of the brain and the RAM of the brain, just like your computer will work very well when that's working well. Finally, if you just do Tai Chi and exercises without controlling the breath, then it's not quite Qigong. So the latest information from research shows that the brain has within the brain stem what is called the breathing pacemaker. And there are at least 3 different types of cells in the breathing pacemaker. And one type controls this type of behavior. When you are stressed, you go, okay. The second type, when you are stressed, you go, oh my God, oh, wanda, okay. But the third type controls slow, deep breathing, the type of breathing you're going to do today. What's so special is that these brain cells have nerves directly connected to another part of the brain called locus coeruleus. And this is part of the brain that has to do with stress tolerance. So when you're stressed, you go do deep, slow breathing rather than wana. Okay, those last won't help. But deep, slow breathing will help suppress the stress. And in our laboratory, we put people under stress by making them play stressful video games or watch horror movies, and their heart rate would go boom, 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 boom. Blood pressure would go up, and we show that when they start to take slow, deep breaths, the heart rate comes down right away, blood pressure comes down right away. And there's another way to measure the fight or flight response, the sympathetic response, that also goes down. And the relaxation response, so-called parasympathetic response, that will go up. And that happens right away. And these are just normal subject who doesn't know any Tai Chi Qigong, we just like tell them to breathe slow and deep and continue to watch the horror movies. And the heart rate and the blood pressure and the fight and flight response will all come down. Finally, this is something new that I added in the last lecture. What is called the sixth sense, proprioception. Knowing where each part of your body is, what it's doing, what it's moving. That's important for like good posture, for prevention of falls, play sports better, golf, tennis, everything. And this system is very sophisticated. You have special nerves around the muscles of the body, on the joints, on the tendons, and they send signals to this particular part of the brain to interpret what each part of the body is doing. Just like everything else, as you get older, this system goes downhill. And you start to walk like this, and you start to fall, okay, which is the number one accidental killer, falling of elderly. And research has shown that when you do Tai Chi, Qigong, you actually strengthen the system and reverse the aging process, the aging decline of proprioception. And you start to know which part of the body is doing what you wanted to do rather than just like that. Okay, so enough of the lecture. Like I said, I want to spend all the time teaching you, or most of the time teaching you new things this time. Okay? So, any questions before we start? Okay, so please come up and don't block the camera, okay? So, let's draw this line here, okay? Don't stand beyond this line. Let me see. Yeah, that's good. And people on the right-hand side could move if you wanted to. No, to move forward. Forward. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, today is a very special session. After all, this is the South Coast Chinese Cultural Association. And you're going to learn something about culture as well if you are not familiar with Xing Yi, okay? So, first of all, so Xing means form, physical form, the body, okay? Yi means intention, the mind. So, Xing Yi, Qigong, and Kung Fu are good for training the mind-body connection, as I just told you. From brain imaging studies, you can see that, okay? So Xing Yi, body, mind, or form, intention, okay? So I have spent quite a bit of my lectures and demonstrations and teaching on Tai Chi, okay? And many of you are quite familiar with that. Tai Chi, yin and yang, and from the yin comes the yang, from the yang comes the yin, right? And within the yin, there's yang, within the yang, there's yin, okay? That's true Tai Chi, okay, that you've been learning. And last week, the week before, we used Tai Chi Bang, and Tai Chi Zhang, and empty-handed Tai Chi. So, from the soft comes the heart, from the slow comes the slow. So we could continue with this theme, okay? But today we're going to progress to from not just 2, but the 5 elements. And then the 12 animals. So there's a lot to learn today, okay? And it's a preview. The next session is continuous progression to the 8 trigrams, Ba Gua, okay? So this will be in January. So, first of all, the very, very basic, footwork, all right? Almost all of the exercises today will involve this, a little bit of unnatural footwork. So usually, okay, when you step forward, right? In Tai Chi, of course, you do the twist steps. Okay, but for Xing Yi, there is what's called the Gan Bu, follow step. Okay, so when you go like this, you do this. This foot is like following, Gan Bu. Follow the front one, takes a step, this one, just a little bit, okay? Front one, like that, okay? Let's try it, okay? Take one step forward, and then very quickly, like that. Step forward. So what's the purpose of this, okay? Now, you all heard before that when you vibrate your bone structure, you make the bone structure stronger. Bone density goes up. That itself is a great thing, but the stronger bones send more hormones to the brain to make more brain cells for memory and stress suppression, right? Okay, so when you do that, it has that function. But Xing Yi also is a type of martial arts, okay? So some of you, particularly the ones who have watched Bruce Lee movies or Ip Man movies, okay, Bruce Lee is famous for the 1-inch punch. So like this diagram here, Bruce, I call him Bruce because he and I trained with the same teacher back in Hong Kong when we were kids. So his hand is only like 1 inch away from the target, and he goes boom, like that, okay? And he knocks this guy from a standing position all the way falling like several feet. So how's that possible that within an inch he could generate that much force? Well, as you know, I was a professor of biophysics at Johns Hopkins for many, many years. And in simple physics, force is mass times acceleration. So if you want to increase the force, like in this case, Bruce Lee is trying to hit this guy and knock him down, even within the inch, he could accelerate like that, right? So you can accelerate from here to here, or you can accelerate from here to here, but if you accelerate really fast. So I make a joke, like, if you're driving a Prius, sorry for those of you, it takes you, like, 15 seconds to go from 0 to 60, right? My Porsche goes from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. In the end, it's still 60 miles per hour. Wow, okay, explosively fast. So you can increase acceleration. But, not many of you can do that. But you can increase the mass. So your fist, if you hit something like this, the mass is the mass of your fist. But if you lock the fist to your whole body and go like this, then the mass is the whole body, not just the fist. So in this case, when you step forward and like that, okay, that punch is not just the mass of your fist, but the whole body, okay? You see that? So in this case, by stepping forward, the whole body goes forward, not just the fist. So this is not as efficient as like that, okay? So a little bit of biophysics there. So the follow step is actually designed to maximize the force with a given acceleration. The whole body goes like that. All right, so you can all do that now. Okay, so step forward. Okay. Follows it. Next, okay, from Tai Chi, Yin and Yang. Now we go forward to Sam Wu. Okay. I know a lot of students thought, oh, Sam Wu, the restaurant, okay, is named after Mr. Wu, okay. Sam, the guy, you know, Sam Wu. No, Sam Wu in Cantonese, I'm Cantonese, means San Wu, okay. San He in Mandarin. It means heaven, earth, and man, the three, in harmony. That means Sam Wu, okay? Just yin and yang in harmony and balance is great, but to be a little bit more precise, okay? The sky, earth, and man all in harmony. Right now we're not quite in harmony. Why? Climate change, right? We produce too much carbon, okay, greenhouse effect, and so forth, which by the way, right, UCI scientists discovered greenhouse gas and got the Nobel Prize for that, okay? So we're proud of that. So Sam Wu is something that we aim to do. Now, so you know the steps. Here's the first exercise, Sam Wu. So remember, repetitiveness will generate more serotonin in the brain, and then deep breathing, okay, will calm you down. So deep breathing